Hello everyone and welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And for our live talk, we're going to be looking at the season of shopping.
Christmas.
Of course, see, we are in December, but is there really a season of shopping now?
Every season is shopping season.
Like every season is shopping season. There's always a sale. It's a Christmas sale, then it's
Spring
a Chinese New Year sale.
sale.
Ooh, don't forget the Valentine's sale.
Summer
And then we got the
sale.
spring sale, then the summer sale.
End of summer sale.
End of summer sale, back to school
Winter
sale,
sale.
Moon Festival sale,
Christmas sale.
double 10-day sale, Halloween sale,
Every day's a
Thanksgiving
sale.
sale, Black Friday, and then we're back at Christmas. Do you like shopping?
I
you a
shop
fan?
only when I need to. So there'll be
interesting.
like bursts of shopping.
Okay.
So for example, if I need like 5 items, I'll wait until I accumulate that much
that's
and
a
then I'll
good
just spend
idea.
like 1 or 2 days and then I'll get those few items.
Then you have to make lists
yeah,
and
I
remember
do.
things.
I do.
I guess if you're organized, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I don't mind shopping for other people. I really don't mind going with other people when they go shopping. But when it's me, I'm always like, I gotta go here, get this thing, and get out as soon as possible.
Yeah, you don't want to spend time loitering and moving around and
Trying on clothes and all.
with other people around.
I'd rather go to the dentist than do that some of the time. Anyway, some people though love it. Some people are really good at it. Some people get a lot of pleasure out of it. And of course, we all have to do it at one time or another, right?
Yeah, we
For
do.
Birthdays, Christmases.
Even groceries or whatever, we have to shop all the time.
Exactly. If you didn't, you'd be walking around with no shoes, no clothes, and no food. So you definitely need to go shopping. So let's find out about the season of shopping because it is Christmas. And first of all, we're going to be looking at choosing some things, which is always a bit of a challenge. Let's check out the dialogue.
Nancy is at a department store.
Excuse me, what can you tell me about this hat?
Well, it's a bucket hat. What would you like to know about it?
I'm thinking of buying it as a Christmas present for my niece. She's 15. Does it look like something a 15-year-old girl would like?
I see. I think so. This type of hat is in style at the moment.
Does it come in other colors? Black is kind of depressing. It feels a bit rough, too. What material is this?
It comes in yellow, brown, and white as well. Let me check the label for you. It's 50% cotton.
Okay, I'll keep looking around and see if anything else catches my eye.
All right, so yes, it is really the season of shopping, right? December, Christmas, and of course, if you're really smart, you could do your Chinese New Year gift shopping now too, and then you can get rid of it. Anyways, let's look at what's going on in the first dialogue. It says, choosing the right hat. I don't know if I have ever bought someone a hat. But anyways, if you are going to buy a hat, you definitely want to choose the right hat. You don't want to give them the wrong hat. That would be terrible. So who is choosing hats? Well, Nancy, it says, is at a department store. And it seems Nancy is the customer, and a clerk will be helping her later on.
That's right, Nancy says, excuse me, what can you tell me about this hat?
Okay, I can tell you, you put it on your head. That's why I don't work in a store. Well, this clerk, of course, knows a lot more about the hat than the simple stuff I know. The clerk says, well, maybe the clerk doesn't know more about the hat. He's really having trouble thinking of what to say. Well, you put it on your head. That's what he was thinking to say. No, he says, well, it's a bucket hat. Okay, that style of hat is a bucket hat. They're very popular. People used to just kind of wear them at the beach or maybe if they're playing cricket. But these days you can wear a bucket hat almost anywhere, except, not in a fancy restaurant or in church or something. But you definitely could wear a bucket hat around the city and it might be very stylish and fashionable. What would you like to know about it? He's kind of thinking, well, it's clearly a hat, it's a bucket hat, it's a color. Is there anything else you're interested in knowing?
I'm thinking of buying it as a Christmas present for my niece.
Okay.
She's 15.
That's
Does
useful.
it look like something a 15-year-old girl would like? So it's not for herself, so I guess she just wants his opinion.
Yeah, well, those are some good questions. He doesn't really know what she's thinking of buying the hat for. So, finding out it's for a younger person, it's for a younger girl, this helps him kind of give better advice. He says, I see. Not I see the hat, but this is more like I understand, I get it, okay. I think so, he says, in answer to the question, is this a popular hat for young people? Is it cool? I think so, he says. This type of hat is in style at the moment. It's popular, it's cool, it's in style. Your niece won't be embarrassed to wear this hat.
Does it come in other colors? Black is kind of depressing. It feels a bit rough too. What material is this? I think she sounds like she's not sure about it because she has problems with the color and the material. She says it's a bit rough. If the material is a bit rough, that means it's hard to touch. It's not smooth. It's gonna be a bit like harsh. It's not soft like cotton. It's not soft like silk. It just feels maybe kind of thick and uncomfortable. So when we're talking about materials, rough materials don't feel so nice to touch, but maybe they're thicker and warmer. For example, in my sentence I have, the rough blanket is made of wool. So it's a bit scratchy, but it keeps you warm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, some things when we touch them on our skin, it's okay
not soft.
if it's rough, if it's like a towel or something like that. But if it's your sheets and you're lying on them at night, you don't want it to be rough. It's going to tickle you and make your skin feel uncomfortable. So I think for a hat, it might be good because often when it's rough, the material might also be tough. It might be strong and won't rip. But anyways, let's get back to that other question of the color. Remember, Nancy thought the color black was a little depressing. It's a little dark and makes you feel sad, or, you know, we often think of black clothes as something you wear when someone dies, maybe, and maybe not good for, you know, a summer day. Well, there are some choices, actually. The clerk says it, being the hat, it comes in yellow, brown, and white as well. In other words, we have the same hat in other colors. It comes in, he might also say, it's available in yellow, brown, and white as well. So there you go. 4 choices: black, yellow, brown, and white. And as to the material and why it's so rough, what it's made of, he has an answer. He says, let me check the label for you. So he must take the hat, look inside at that little thing with writing on it that's on the inside of your clothes. It gives you information where it's from, how to wash it, what it's made of. He says, let me check the label for you. It's 50% cotton. So half of the fabric, the material, is made of cotton. The other half would be, I don't know, polyester or something like that.
Some blend or something.
Exactly. He gets this information. He knows this not because he remembered it all or something. No, he just read the label, which is a smart thing to do if you're buying clothes. The label on your clothes, as I said, it's a little bit of information written on a small piece of fabric. It will tell you where it was made, what it's made of, how you take care of it, things like that. So if you're interested in the product and you want to make sure you know how to wash it, or want to make sure it will feel good on your skin, you would want to read the label. We could also talk about labels as having prices on them, but basically simple information about a product you're buying and it's stuck to the product or tied to it in some way. Read the sweater's label before you wash it. Very important, especially if it's wool.
Yeah, it's going to shrink or something.
If you put it in your hot drying machine, it might get really small, so you might want to hang it up. But the only way you know how to do this right is by reading the label.
Okay, I'll keep looking around and see if there's anything else, if anything else catches my eye. So that means I'm not really sure, but I'll just look at it, and if I like anything, I'll ask you some questions.
All right, so she's going to think about it, but she's going to continue to look around the store. And that's where we take a break, and we'll be back with more from Nancy, the clerk, and this shopping trip in just a moment.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的绘画主题是关于 The Season of Shopping 年终购物季。那么在第一段对话里面 ，Nancy 在百货公司里面挑选帽子，她看到一顶帽子，想要请店员介绍一下。那么店员就说这是 bucket hat， 渔夫帽。这种帽子呢，现在很流行。Nancy 想要买来送给15岁的外甥女，她应该会喜欢。只是 Nancy 觉得黑色有点阴沉诶，想问问看有没有其他颜色。那她另外也想问看看材质，因为摸起来也有点粗粗的感觉。店员说啊，那款帽子还有黄色、棕色、白色。那她看了一下标签，这个材质是50%的棉质。我们就先来看单字 rough， 它是形容词。rough 就是指说粗糙的啊，或者是形容粗略的，也可以形容困难的。Rainbow 老师刚刚用到 scratchy 这个字 ，scratchy，scratchy 是形容词，可以用来形容衣物，它是扎人的，穿着不舒服的，也就是你穿起来会感觉刺刺痒痒的那一种。好，下一个单字 label， 它是名词，表示标签、标牌。那衣物上面通常会有洗标，这个标签上面也会说明它的布料成分。那 Mike 老师刚刚说的 fabric。Fabric 它是名词，表示织物、布料。那还有提到 polyester， 就是聚酯纤维的意思。好，那老师就有提到说，像渔夫帽这种布料材质啊，虽然粗糙，可能比较不容易扯破。老师用到 rip，R-I-P，rip 就表示撕、扯破的意思。下一个单字 fancy， 它是形容精致的、花俏的或是昂贵的。那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 come in， 可以指说以什么形式出现，有什么样的种类啊、样式可以选择。come in 之后呢，常常会接颜色啊、尺寸啊、款式、外形等等名词，表达说某物品有哪些不同样式可以选择。像 the laptop comes in 3 different colors， 就是说这款笔记型电脑有3种不同颜色可供选择。接回到课文中。
Nancy spots a camera bag on a store display.
I don't see a price tag on this bag. Can you check the price for me?
Oh, the tag must have fallen off. It's $6,000.
That's a little expensive, but my little sister would love it. Do you accept MasterCard?
Yes, we do.
Great. I'll take it then. I'll also take that hat I was looking at earlier, the white one.
Wonderful. Right this way.
We are back, and the second part of our shopping unit is looking at, ooh, we're buying something else. Part 2 is asking about a fancy bag. Ooh, it's not just a bag, everyone. It's a fancy bag. That's right. Fancy means kind of a little bit more special, more well-decorated, more attractive, maybe a little bit more expensive, a little bit more fashionable. If you go to a hotel and it's just got a bed, a TV, and a shower, that's a pretty normal hotel. If it's got people who open doors for you while wearing white gloves and special tea services and a really big room with a beautiful view and it costs you a lot of money to stay there, that's a fancy hotel. So we often use this to kind of be another way of saying expensive, more special, more fashionable from Paris or something like that, but it will definitely cost you more money. For example, Gary bought a fancy new watch. So it's not one of those plastic sports watches. It's from Switzerland.
Ooh.
And it cost more money than I make in a whole year.
Whoa.
It's fancy.
Fancy.
That's why I don't buy fancy watches, because I'll probably break them or lose them.
Uh-oh.
But some people love them. All right, let's find out what's going on. It says Nancy spots a camera bag on a store display. Okay, I'm not sure you'd call a camera bag fancy, but it's a little more special, right? It'll have special pockets for different camera equipment, and it probably would cost you a little bit more money than a simple book bag that you take to school.
Nancy says, I don't see a price tag on this bag. Can you check the price for me?
All right. So the clerk takes the bag, and as he kind of looks around at it, he notices, yeah, there is no price tag on it. There's no label that shows the cost, shows how expensive it is. He says, oh, the tag must have fallen off. That can happen, right? In stores, people use things, they break things, things fall off. Anyways, so he solves this problem in a very simple way. He grabs another bag of the same style. So he goes back to where it was. There's other bags there, maybe a different color. Same style though, same price. He reads the tag there and he says, it's $6,000. I'm assuming that's NT dollars, not US dollars.
Exactly.
So that would be a really fancy bag.
Very, very fancy. If you grab something, that means you take it very quickly. Want to grab it.
Ow.
It's kind of like you're like in a hurry or something, or maybe if you're fighting for something, you want to grab it. It's not just taking it. It's like, oh, this is mine. So you want to get something very quickly. Okay, I have a sentence for you. It looked cold outside, so I grabbed a jacket as I left the house. I was in a hurry, but I just had to take it really quickly, so I just grabbed a jacket. And it can also indicate that you're not being very careful when you're doing something. You're just like, I'll just grab a jacket. Anyone is fine because I'm cold.
It's kind of, though, a casual, quick motion.
Casual.
We also use the word grab to talk about buying things, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to the store to grab a coffee. Do you want me to grab you a coffee? I'm not just going to get it in my hand and hold it and take it. I'm going to buy it too. But it's the same idea. It's kind of a quick action. I'm not going to waste a lot of time doing this. I'm going to go there, get my business done, and get out. Anyways, so he goes over and quickly takes this bag, looks at it, gets the price. So now she knows. And now Nancy knows the price. She's, that's a little high price.
Yeah, that's a little expensive, but my little sister would love it. Well, it's a gift, so maybe she's going to pay a bit more for that. Do you accept MasterCard?
Okay, so
she doesn't have the money, but credit card's fine.
She has credit cards, and that clearly means she's decided to buy it.
Yeah.
She's already asking about how to pay for it. She might say, do you accept MasterCard, Visa, credit cards? These are all the same things. You could also say, do you take credit? Do you take cash or credit? Should I pay with money, like paper money, or with my credit card? These are the simple kinds of questions you can ask when you're ready to pay and get out of the shop. And the clerk says, yes, we do. We do take MasterCard. We take that kind of credit card.
And he says, great, I'll take it then. I'll also take that hat I was looking at earlier. The white one, not the black one because it was depressing. The white one.
Oh, so the bucket hat. She likes the bucket hat, but yeah, she thinks white is the right color for her, not black. The clerk is very happy to hear that she's buying something else, and also that she's very satisfied and is ready to go. He says, wonderful, right this way. So he could be leading her back to the hats, or he could be leading her over to where she pays, and he'll put everything in a bag, and then job done. Thanks for joining us, guys. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us. We certainly have enjoyed it with you. We'll see you back here until sometime soon. Until then, take care. Bye.
Bye.
在第二段对话里面 ，Nancy 看到一个相机包，上面没有价格标签，她就请店员帮忙查一下价钱。那文中是用 price tag 来表达价格标签，其中的 tag 它可以表达标签牌子，是当名词用。店员说啊，一定是这个标签掉了，他就去拿了一个同款包包看一下价钱，告诉 Nancy 说那个相机包要6000元，听起来有点贵。但是 Nancy 认为她妹妹应该会很喜欢，他就问店员接不接受万事达卡 ，Mastercard 就是万事达卡。那么店员说有接受，那于是呢，他就决定要买下来，连同先前看到的帽子一起结账。看来啊，最后是皆大欢喜。Nancy 买了很棒的礼物给外甥女和妹妹。那店员也遇到很阿莎利的顾客，两边都很满意哦。Mike 老师用到 satisfied，S-A-T-I-S-F-I-E-D，satisfied 是形容感到满足的、满意的。那么单字 grab 这个动词，它有迅速拿取、抓取的意思。其实我们也常会用这个 grab a coffee， 就是表达买杯咖啡啊。Grab a bite 就是快速随意的吃点东西。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。 我们来看这个重点是 must 用来表达肯定推测时，它的意思是一定是怎么样，一定怎么样，或是想必怎么样怎么样。我们用 must 加上原形动词是对现在的推测，用 must have 加过去分词 PP 则是对过去的推测。假设朋友一整天都没有吃东西，这时候你可以推测说 You must be hungry right now. 你现在一定很饿。好，那我们再看一个例句是 Someone must have told her the news. 一定是有人把那个消息告诉她了。那告诉这个动作呢是在过去发生，所以我们用 must have told 去表达。好，那么以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Nancy is at a department store.
Excuse me, what can you tell me about this hat?
Well, it's a bucket hat. What would you like to know about it?
I'm thinking of buying it as a Christmas present for my niece. She's 15. Does it look like something a 15-year-old girl would like?
I see. I think so. This type of hat is in style at the moment.
Does it come in other colors? Black is kind of depressing. It feels a bit rough, too. What material is this?
It comes in yellow, brown, and white as well. Let me check the label for you. It's 50% cotton.
Okay. I'll keep looking around and see if anything else catches my eye.
Nancy spots a camera bag on a store display.
I don't see a price tag on this bag. Can you check the price for me?
Oh, the tag must have fallen off. It's $6,000.
That's a little expensive, but my little sister would love it. Do you accept MasterCard?
Yes, we do.
Great. I'll take it then. I'll also take that hat I was looking at earlier, the white one.
Wonderful. Right this way.
The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying, is next to Weiwuying Metropolitan Park in Fengshan District, Kaohsiung City. The park and center were a military base before. The center is designed by a Dutch architect, Francine Hoben. The idea comes from the local banyan trees. The center has many types of indoor halls. The Opera House, Playhouse, Recital Hall, and Concert Hall all can be found here. The Banyan Plaza is a semi-outdoor public place. Walking around there is like walking under the large banyan trees. People can watch a show at the outdoor theater and enjoy the natural park. The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts, Weiwuying, has created a space for art and leisure.
See you next time!